Alright, so there's been some talk about the Nebraska call in the game about disconcerting signals. I've seen some Nebraska fans apparently not understand why it was called and allegedly have never seen it called. It's been called a few times. It is a rare penalty just because in order for a team to even do it, it's, I guess, Bush League. That's the best way you can describe it. I don't know why anybody would feel the need to attempt it, especially multiple times, to the point where you get called for it, which Nebraska did. And if you don't know what a disconcerting signal is, it's basically doing anything to make the offense believe that their quarterback is snapping the ball when they're not, therefore drawing a false start penalty. So this would basically be a linebacker or defensive lineman yelling "hut," which, that's ridiculous, obviously. But in college football, especially road games, even the NFL for that matter, there's silent counts. The quarterback's not actually yelling anything to snap the ball, but he does clap his hands to signal when the snap. That's their version of a snap count. It's not always the same. It's not guaranteed that they clap their hands and the ball snaps, but that's their system. It's a silent count. You don't have to depend on hearing the quarterback. You can hear a clap of the hands, which even in a loud stadium, you should be able to pick up a single clap of the hand from right behind you from your quarterback. So anyway, in this case, Nebraska claps their hands to make Michigan believe it's their snap count when it's not. The very first instance of this happens on the second play of the game. Watch number 95. Right here, number 95. Clap, clap. Left tackle jumps.
Flag on the play.
Now watch. Everybody's going to come up. One more time with no sound. Clap, clap. Left tackle jumps. They get a false start penalty. And for some reason, people are congratulating the defensive tackle here, like he did something, which is suspicious. And they're saying, hey, he's clapping. He's clapping. Kay McNamara just told that referee he's clapping. He's saying he's clapping. But it's a false start on Michigan. Anyway, that was the first time to do it. Second play of the game. Got a false start out of it. Now here's the second example, and to be fair, I'm not sure if this one is actually intentional. This time is going to be number 9, the safety. You will see he makes some signals that seem they might be legit. They don't look like they're actual clapping, but you can hear them if you listen closely. They make sound right here. Coming up. But the reason I'm not sure that that's one is because A, it looks like he's using his wrists, which shouldn't generate much sound, but you do hear a little something, but that could be anything. But also Michigan isn't even really set yet when he does it. So I'm not sure if this is a part of that or not, but it is one example. Now here's the third instance. This time it's going to be number 9 again, the safety. Now this one's interesting because who's he signaling to? There's a clap. And yeah, he's looking confused, but, that could just be a cover. Look, who's he? Nobody's looking at him. Nobody's looking at him. There's a clap. And yeah, what's that clap about? So that's another one that's questionable. Maybe was done on purpose, maybe wasn't. But again, this is all on the first drive. All 3 of these have been on the first drive of the game. Or actually, I stand corrected. I believe the last 2 were on the second drive. I think Michigan had a 3 and out to start the game. All right, now this one is where Nebraska actually gets called for the penalty. Second quarter, 7:23, second down. This one's going to be on number 28 right here, the linebacker. This one's very obvious. It's right in front of the referee, and again, it draws Michigan to jump. But this time, it's called a penalty on Nebraska for the clap. This is the penalty in question that apparently has some people confused. So watch number 28. There you go. Pretty obvious. Clap, clap, jump. And now watch. Look at, what's that? What's 31 thumbs up in right here? Clap, clap. Left guard jumps. For some reason, 31 wants to give a thumbs up to the linebacker like a play was made. So that's interesting, right? So here, obviously, the left tackle and left guard again, and the center, they're telling the referees that they're clapping. You can actually hear them. Listen. See, I don't know how well it picks it up in the recording, but clearly both of these linemen are yelling at the refs that they're clapping. And the referees actually call it on Nebraska. Not because of that, by the way, because if you actually watch where the referee throws the flag, let me do slow motion here. Clap, clap, jump. Now here comes the flag, and look where he throws it. He throws it right here. So he's calling that on 28 right away. He was right behind him. He heard it. He saw the left guard jump. He knows the left guard jump because of what the linebacker was doing. That's disconcerting signal. First time they got away with it, they got a false start. This time they do not. And it's not the last time they tried. Now Michigan runs a run play on that next play. But then the very next play after that, Nebraska does it again, but not late in the play. I think it's 28 again doing it. So here's 28. He's behind this lineman right here. And I think he's doing it, again, this is literally 2 plays later. I think he's doing it as a way to be like, hell, oh no, we do this. This is what we do. Because watch. It's pretty aggressive. Michigan's not set. Oh, clap, clap. Yeah, it's just what we do, refs. It's just what we do. That's how we make adjustments. And then, look, even the defensive tackle does it on the same exact play. And then 28, clap, clap. Same play. So I think that was just them trying to be like, oh, no, this is normal. So that was with 6:40 to go in the first half. But the 6th example of it comes on the same drive when Michigan's at the goal line. This is going to be number 95 again, I believe. Yeah. Now that one, it's more of a chopping signal. So I'm not sure if that one is, intentional either. But obviously, when you're right there on the lineman, it's definitely a noise they could pick up on. But nobody jumps. It's not a penalty. And that's for the rest of the game. Nobody jumps. The other 2 times Nebraska does it. 2 times. They only do it 2 more times. That one, which is questionable, and then they do it again, which I'll show you in a second. But nobody on Michigan jumps, so it's not a penalty. But they tried it again. But here's an example of a similar play. So right there, they've done what? They've done it 6 times in the first 2 quarters. They get called for it, and they only do it again once more. And to be fair, like I said, maybe half of these are questionable, but they do it at least 3 times. Well, this one I said they probably were trying to cover their ass and pretend that it was normal. So they did it on the second play of the game, then they did it when they finally got called, for sure. I think those were clear instances of them doing it. And then they never really do it again until this play right here, which we'll get to in a second. So yeah, it's not a normal thing. But here is an example. It's 3rd down, 6-0, crowd's loud. This would be a time you think they might need to do it. They're doing their signals. The signals are actually 2 people this time. People are looking, they're paying attention, and nothing. It's a lot more calm. And that is the vast, vast majority of plays after that penalty was called. Except this one. 3rd quarter, 6:40 to go. 3rd and 2. Very crucial situation. I believe this is 95 again. Right here. Clap, clap. First down, Michigan. Now this one is also that chopping motion. Like the last one you see right here. It's more of a chop, but that definitely generates noise. That's not something that is silent. But again, Michigan doesn't jump, so, no harm, no foul, I guess. But I do find it kind of funny because on this replay right here, if he was actually trying to draw Michigan to jump with that, you can see he doesn't really get set, and he just gets bowled over, and then Hassan Haskins ends up getting the first down yardage right where 95 might have been had he been ready for the snap. But here's 2 more examples of later in the game where they don't do it. This is 1st and 10. Nebraska just took the lead for the first time. Crowd is going crazy. Michigan just picked up a first down, but it's no huddle. Nebraska, they're getting their signals. They're going to have to make adjustments.
First and 10 from the Nebraska 49.
But again, watch the signals. All the signals are to somebody who's actually looking. Safety back here is looking at the corners. They're making signals to each other. Nobody's clapping. And Nebraska jumps off sides on that play, but that part's irrelevant. But yeah, and then right here, this is another example of a normal defense just making adjustments while the stadium's loud. Here's the volume, just so you understand. This is 3rd and 9. Nebraska's up 3 with 5 minutes to go. This is probably the loudest the crowd will be all night.
From the 20 line, it's 3rd and 9.
No huddle offense again, so Nebraska's adjusting on the fly. And again, the signals are actually 2 people that are looking, and there's no clapping involved. So why early in the game are there all these claps in their adjustments, but not later in the game after they've been called for it? Now, obviously, you'd say, well, they stopped because they were called for it, but it's just not a normal way to make adjustments on defense. And again, right there, clap, clap, left tackle jumps, and then defensive tackle gets congratulated. And then when they get called for it, clap, clap, left guard jumps. Hey, thumbs up, man. Way to make that adjustment. It should be noted that in both of the scenarios where the lineman drew the penalty by clapping and the linebacker got called for the penalty by clapping, they're clearly looking at people that are right next to them and can see them. In the linebacker's case, the other linebackers are looking right at them. So it's just not a legitimate attempt to get someone's attention. Whereas the one with the safety, okay, that's the one I've been saying is questionable. And, maybe it was a legitimate attempt at getting attention, or it's just, hey, nobody's looking at me, so now I can try this clap to hopefully get the offensive line to jump again. But the like I said, the one with the penalties on both teams, those were obviously the ones that were most egregious. And then, like I said, they do it again 2 plays later, like really obviously, to try and be like, oh no, this is what we do. And then it kind of tapers off. So yeah, that's a disconcerting penalty. Even if it wasn't intentional, it's obvious, come on. But even if it wasn't, let's just say it really was. Oh no, we were clapping to get each other's attention, which is how the TV broadcast tried to play that penalty off, which, like what? Of course they're going to act like they're trying to make adjustments or get each other's attention. You're not just going to stand there and literally do it. So that's the penalty. It was justifiably called, and probably would have been called again later if Michigan actually jumped, but they never got Michigan to jump again on the other couple attempts. If they were legitimate attempts, like I said, at least half of these are questionable, but these 2, the one where they got the first false start on the first play of the game and the one where they actually got the penalty, they were pretty obvious.